One of the first things I did on Tundra was Grille the brushed silver mustache on the grill, as some of you guys may know. Now, when I did it, I pretty much just used any material to wrap the mustache that I had, and it just so happens it was this like satin, like semi-gloss like material. Now, as you guys can see it from this angle, I'm not sure if you can, but it doesn't quite match the grill or like the rest of the front end. It kind of looks like hodgepodge together. Now, one of the things that I really like is a color matched grill surround. However, I just couldn't get myself to spend $700 to have someone paint this. Now, to keep the cost down, I am going to do a DIY color match on the mustache and the bumper caps. This should be a relatively simple process. Majority of paint shops that you take this to, they'll just mask off your front bumper and they'll spray this on the truck. However, since this bumper comes off in like 20 minutes, it's really easy. I will pull the bumper off, we'll pull the surrounds off because I do have this wrap, so we'll pull the wrap off. After that, what I'll do is I'll go through and we'll sand it down with some 800 grit paper. Now that will make it a lot easier for the primer to stick to the pieces itself. Then what we'll do is we'll hit it with about 2-3 coats of this primer right here. After that, we will paint it. I believe that we should be good with 3 coats. We just put them on nicely, and I'm going to wait about 5 to 10 minutes between applying all of these coats, just so it doesn't dry 100%. And finally, we will hit with some clear coat as well, and I think 2 to 3 coats of this will be sufficient. Now, what this clear coat does say to give it about 24 hours to be road ready. However, we should be able to reinstall everything after about 2 hours of painting it, so it should be nice and dry. But before we hit the highways and get raw strips on, we should probably wait about 24 hours. Anyway, I am going to drop links for all this down below. This paint is available for all other color codes in the 22 Tundras and 23 Tundras, so if you guys are looking to do this yourself, this will be down below. With this whole entire kit with the sandpaper that I got from a little paint shop, this all ended up being under $150, so I feel like it's a great alternative than spending upwards of $1,000 to get these little pieces painted. Worst case scenario, I mess it up and then just rewrap it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into the install. Pull the clip off and we'll get this nice and painted. There we go. Got the top piece off. There's 2. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get these unwrapped. We'll sand them down and we'll start painting. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to sand this guy down, get it ready for the primer. Now I am using 400 grit sandpaper here. That should get the primer to stick to this panel nice. So let's go ahead and sand this down. And generally the rule of thumb is we want to sand this down until the entire surface area is nice and dull. And there's really none of that like super like shiny like coloring like here, so. All right, we got all these guys sanded down. I hit them with a nice terry cloth. Next up, I'm gonna hang these up. We're gonna go through. We're gonna primer them down. Like I said, we're gonna do 2 to 3 coats of primer. We'll sand down the primer, and then we'll get ready to paint. So let's get these hung up, and we'll start painting. All right, we're gonna start by primering this. Shake the can 2 to 3 minutes.
I will start by spraying primer down on the edges first. Then I will put the primer down in zones with about a 60% overspray from side to side. I will wait 10 minutes before coats, and I'm putting 3 coats of primer down.
Okay, up next I'm gonna go through and just lightly sand this down. What I'm going to do is I'm gonna use this glass cleaner, this little spray away, this little foaming one. We'll use that to wet sand this, just to make this a little bit smoother. It's already smooth, just to smooth it out even more. Just really bare, like right here I can feel that it's a little bit rough, so we're gonna smooth this out and then we're gonna get to painting. All right, next up we're gonna start painting. We're gonna do one nice base coat on both of these, let it sit for like 7-8 minutes, and hit it with 2 more coats, and we'll see if that's gonna be enough.
I will start by painting the edges first. Then I'll break the pieces up into 4 zones and paint those zones with a good overspray from side to side. This should give us nice and even coverage.
Alright, now this paint's going down really nice. I already got 2 coats on here. I'm about to do my 3rd and final coat. And we'll sit for about 10 minutes after that, and then we'll hit it with some clear coat. Probably will do 2 coats of clear coat as well. Up next, we're going to get the clear coat ready. Now what we're going to do here is we have to take this little red cap from the top, put it on the bottom right here, and we have to press this can down on the hard surface. What this is going to do is release the bladder, like that. Now what this has done is it has released a little hardening material into the clear coat itself. Once you do this, you do need to use the clear coat within a few hours, otherwise it will harden and it'll be no good. So next up, we're going to shake this for 3 minutes. Make sure we mix everything up nicely. Once we've done that, we'll go through and clear coat the pieces. I will allow about 10 minutes in between coats, and I will try to get 3 coats out of this onto the pieces. So yeah, let's get it done. And there we have it. Got the 2nd coat of clear coat on here. Now, I would love to put a 3rd coat on here, however, I am running a little bit low in the can, so I'm just worried to get started and to run out like halfway through. So I'm going to leave it as is. I mean, it's looking really good. It's got a nice shine to it, so we're going to let this cure. It says about 2 hours for curing period. I'm just going to leave it overnight. They're saying 24 hours it's road ready, so I think tomorrow morning we'll be good to go to slap this on the truck and see how it compares to the rest of the body panels. But just looking at it, I think it's going to be really nice. Anyway, so let's let this guy sit overnight and we'll be back tomorrow morning. Alright guys, so I let these guys sit overnight. Just walked in and it is looking really good. Looks like we got some little dust in here overnight into the clear coat, but that's alright. I think we should be able to buff that out. But overall, it is looking really good. Let me actually move the camera a little bit closer. And there we go. As you guys can see, it is looking pretty damn good. Up next, we'll go ahead and get all the pieces back onto the truck, so we're not cruising around with no front bumper. We'll see how everything matches up. And yeah, let's get that done real quick. And there we have it. As you guys can see, the color is pretty much spot on. I mean, it looks amazing. I wish I would have done this right away. For under 150 bucks, I just feel like you can't go wrong with it. The only thing I would say is if you guys are planning on doing the same thing, make sure you get the equal amount of clear coat that you have for paint. I do wish I would have done 1 more coat of clear coat on here for some additional protection. But you know what? You live and you learn. Anyway, I'm going to drop the links to all the products I use for this down in the description. If you guys do have any questions, make sure you put them down below. For all you guys who are paint professionals, drop your comments down below. Let me know where I messed up or where I could definitely improve, so other guys can learn from you guys in the comments. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the build so far. Drop me a like down below. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. And on the next video, we're going to go ahead and upgrade these headlights. So make sure to stay tuned for that. We'll see you.